Tierney versus Jeremiah Riggs.
Another one a little strange right here. Tierney has a 2-inch height advantage. However, he has a 3.5-inch reach disadvantage. Not going to probably be an issue because Riggs is going to be the one trying to close the gap, I would think, in this situation. So I think it's going to be whether or not Tierney is going to be able to figure out this style of fighting, or if Riggs is going to be able to get in and use his clinch work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears white and gold. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 170.3 pounds. As a bare knuckle fighter, he is undefeated at 1-0. Fighting out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. Here is Jeremiah Big Rig Riggs. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue, trimmed in yellow and gray. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 167.9 pounds. He holds a veteran's bare knuckle record at 5-1 and makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Birmingham, England, here is Connor, the Brumtown Bomber, Tierney. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Connor Tierney said, I have to showcase excellent footwork and then start working my jab. Everything then will flow. Jeremiah Riggs told us, I have to have good enough boxing to eventually drag Connor Tierney into a brawl where he does not want to be. Round number 1. Blue and yellow trunks for the fighter from Birmingham, England, Connor Tierney. White trunks for the fighter from Vicksburg, Mississippi, Jeremiah Riggs.
And Riggs,
big right hand.
Riggs is really using that really low crouching style right now.
Riggs immediately cut under his left eye, courtesy of that big right hand. Riggs now coming forward. There's the turn from Connor Tierney. 30 seconds gone, round number 1. Left hand on the counter. Riggs coming forward. Riggs lands a hard left hand now into the pocket. Riggs with the clinch. Immediate separation from referee Chris Young.
Good thing that cut is underneath the eyes, Riggs.
Riggs with the left hand. That backs off Tierney, who circles out. Right hand, naked without the jab. 1-2 right back from Jeremiah Riggs. Right hand again from Connor Tierney.
Great right hand. That just iron chin right there of Riggs.
To feint the right hand.
Tierney is hitting some big shots right now against Riggs. Riggs just keeps walking through. You got to be careful.
Chris, if you throw this many naked crosses, you're either really bad or really good. Connor Tierney is really good.
Absolutely.
The confidence to throw that punch without the jab set up, and it's landing for Tierney.
Oh, there's
landing right back as Jeremiah Riggs snatched the half-tie plum. There's a hard left hand from Tierney, and down goes Jeremiah Riggs.
Rightly called right there. He was hurt. He was rocked. And that, I know it's underneath the eye, but that is bleeding bad.
Final seconds, round number 1. Fast jab again. There is the bell. Connor Tierney starts his US and BKFC career with presumably a 10-8 round. Now a medical timeout to start round number 2. Dr. Don Muzi. Dr. Muzi will let this fight continue. Splitting touch of hands. Now round number 2 proper. Riggs looking for the entry on the inside.
I like to see Riggs use a little bit of a grimy style right now. Push his opponent around, tie him up a few times, wear him out.
Yeah, Chris, there's that naked right hand, and it's landing for Connor Tierney. It's almost a 2-1 he's throwing.
So fast and accurate with that punch.
Repel, return, inactive clinch. That's the separation from Chris Young. 125 remaining round 2. Tierney, stiff jab. Riggs walking through it. Riggs, big right hand, and down goes Connor Tierney.
There's that power shot right there. Riggs is an animal. Looks like it was a flash knockdown. I think Tierney's fine. They just caught him.
One knockdown apiece. Riggs now turning up the pressure. Bryon nearly took the right hand from Riggs. Young smartly letting that continue. Riggs trying to snatch the half tie plug. On the underhook. Separation with some difficulty from Bryon. Riggs, Chris, I think we're looking at plan B.
Exactly.
To the clinch from Jeremiah Riggs.
Exactly. That's a good strategy for him right now. Try and wear his opponent out a little bit. Push him around when he needs to. Got to be careful out there when he can take clean shots.
Big right hand lands from Connor Tierney. Now into the clinch. That's straight out of MMA from Jeremiah Riggs, and time called. Riggs, the body lock outside trip. This might be a 1-point deduction.
That was definitely illegal. That was just a nice throw. You don't see that too much here, Sean, but that was a very nice takedown.
We saw Reggie Barnett hit a lateral drop against DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley.
Exactly what it reminded me of right there.
It was the outside trip from the body lock and 1-point deduction.
Taking away a point. That negates that knockdown right there that he just got.
So you're probably looking at a 9-8 round now for Jeremiah Riggs. Tierney with that right hand again. Right hand once more. There is the bell. We'll move to round 3. Body lock. Outside trip.
Jump! Step back, jump!
Round 3. Riggs down in round number 1. Tierney down in round number 2 on a knockdown, and again down. And the outside trip, which cost Jeremiah Riggs a point.
Really tough right now style to deal with that crouching style right now Riggs keeps coming in with. Hard to come with a lead uppercut.
Big combination on the inside. Riggs getting very low. This is with the right to the body. Counter left hand for Connor Tierney. Into the clinch.
Just being super heavy right there as Riggs trying to manhandle his opponent.
Look.
Crouching again. Good lateral movement from Tierney. Tierney talked about footwork. You saw it there. Riggs claiming he was poked in the eye. Time called. It was acknowledged immediately by Connor Tierney. Very sportsmanlike.
And I see a lot of blood flowing. I'm not sure where that's from. Is it from his eye? Is it from his nose?
It's a very rare eye poke, Chris, in BKFC.
I'm amazed at how few times we have eye pokes here. Right exactly at the midway point in the fight.
So Jeremiah Riggs has up to 5 minutes to continue. Takes less than 30 seconds, right back to it. Clearly no malice on the eye poke from Connor Tierney. To the clinch, half tie plum held by Connor Tierney, something he told us he's worked a lot on in training.
Riggs' face is a bloody mess right now.
Riggs again crouching. And forward, jack left hook lands from Tierney hard.
I'm just amazed with the amount of damage that Riggs is able to take.
Big right sends Riggs back.
And Riggs better clinch up right now. He's a little hurt right now. One more punch can put him to the ground.
Only coming forward. Left hand. Final seconds, round number 3. Back and forth we go in our co-main at 175 pounds. This is a high-quality fight, 2 high-quality fighters. Connor Tierney versus Jeremiah Riggs as we move to round 4. Just for Dr. Muzi say, let him go, he's good to go. Now round number 4. Riggs again staying low, coming forward off of that low orthodox stance.
That's good explosion from there, pushing off that back foot. Big power in that right hand.
Tierney, who really prides himself on his footwork, trying to showcase his footwork in this fight. Continual movement in and out laterally.
Look at that head movement right there. Very elusive, difficult to hit.
Big right hand from Tierney, and again, it's that naked right hand. That is so difficult to land.
It was a little rock back right there. He waited for his opponent to throw a punch. He came back right after him with that right hand. Beautiful punch.
Jab to the body. See how low Riggs is getting now. 60 seconds remaining, round 4. Rangefinder jab from Tierney.
Big right hand. Riggs just walks right through.
Riggs down around number 1, but since then he has walked through a lot of big punches.
Right there's another one. He is a bloody mess. Connor Tierney's just really explosive, really fast, really loose. It's hard to deal with.
And with that right hand once more. Tierney continuing the move. Again, in and out, laterally circling. Constant movement. Riggs with the right hand, there's that right again.
Look at that, beautiful right there. There's the sweet science right there. He was losing, moved backwards, ducked there, and came right back with a full punch.
Final seconds, round number 4. Nothing on the right hand from Jeremiah Riggs. Riggs lands that right hand. We move to the 5th and final round. See the sportsmanship, you see the respect. 5th and both fighters down, with Riggs losing a point after he dropped Tierney in round number 2 for the body lock in the outside trip. Perhaps that will make a difference, perhaps it will not. Tierney continuing to circle.
Obviously getting that right hand that's been the most devastating punch. You can look at the face of Briggs. It's that left side of his face that's good.
Chris, rarely do we see fighters circle this much and still be offensive, and that's what Tierney is doing.
Absolutely doing a great job.
There's a big right hand again. It's that step-in right hand.
I think it's something that people aren't used to seeing. Coming from odd angles, just very quick, very fast, and very accurate.
Making himself low. There's the head movement now from Tierney. Ducking under, rolling through. 50 seconds to go in our co-main. Feigning with the jab, then the jab, but it doesn't land from Connor Tierney. Riggs can't land with that right to the body. There's the left hand from Connor Tierney. 35 seconds remaining, 5th and final round. Left hand! And Chris Young stops it on the one-punch knockout win for Connor Tierney. Welcome to BKFC.
Unbelievable punch right there. Wow, what a statement made by Connor Tierney right now. He was winning the fight, came through with a fantastic knockout. He showed a high level of skill. Unbelievable. That was nasty. That was a nasty knockout over a very tough guy who walked through a lot of punches right there.
Referee Chris Young did not hesitate. He was literally waving off the fight as Jeremiah Riggs was falling.
And that was the right decision right there. The way he got hit, the way he fell down, and here's going to be a replay of it. Just a beautiful left hand right there.
You see Christopher Young waving his hands to stop the fight. Great refereeing. That is a first-class performance from Connor Tierney. United States and BKFC debut against the ultra-tough and talented Jeremiah Riggs. The left hand, and that's the one-punch walk-away knockout win.
You did it, man. You did it.
Great decision not to even start the count. The fight was over on that left hand. Look at the class of Connor Tierney, staying in the corner with Jeremiah Riggs. Jeremiah Riggs walked through so many big punches from Connor Tierney. It was ended with that left hand. Jeremiah Riggs did a lot of things right in our co-main, dropping Connor Tierney in round number 2. Tierney showing his class, showing his elusiveness, his footwork, his accuracy, his power, and his technique. That's a really impressive performance, again, against a really impressive opponent in Jeremiah Riggs. Connor Tierney now 6-1 in his bare knuckle career and 1-0 in BKFC. There's absolutely no animosity coming in between these two fighters, and you're seeing that play out right now. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 31 seconds into round number 5. For your winner by KO, Connor, the Brumtown Bomber, Tierney.
Phenomenal fight.
The world's most exciting combat sport bare knuckle fighting championship returns to London for BKFC 37 on Saturday, March 4th at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. In the main event, 2 stars collide as the 6-1 Brumtown Bomber Connor Tierney knuckles up with the undefeated stateside sensation Jake the Librarian Lindsey, with an undercard featuring the country's top talent in 12 other bare knuckle fights. Be there live. For more info and tickets, visit bkfc.com.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live bare knuckle fighting championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Set now for our feature fight of the evening. At 165 pounds, Jake Lindsey versus Derek Finley. The numbers is our Crescent Tools tale of the tape.
I mean, so a lot of things jump out at me here. You got Derek Finley being 5 inches shorter, however, having a 2-inch reach advantage on his opponent, Jake Lindsey. Not only that, but Derek Finley, huge hands, 5 centimeters bigger. That means if he hits you with those big old lunch boxes, it's gonna hurt more surface area. I can't wait to see this fight, Sean. 2 contrasting styles.
Fight fans of Wichita, we are now set for our feature fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by betonline.ag. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, an even 166 pounds. He steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Merrillville, Indiana, here is Darren Superman Finley. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, an even 165 pounds. He is undefeated at 1-0. Fighting out of Manhattan, Kansas. Here is the undefeated Gypsy, Jake Lindsey. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Behrens.
Derek Finley said, if I'm continually moving my hands and my head, I will win this fight. Lindsey said, I respect Finley's counters. I have to re-counter his counters. It's not as simple as that, but it kind of is. MMA versus boxing, round number 1. Black and white trunks for Jake Lindsey, black and gold trunks for Derek Finley.
Even though there is a big height advantage right now for Lindsey, doesn't have the reach advantage.
Open striking guard for Jake Lindsey. You can immediately see, even if you knew nothing about these two fighters, that Lindsey comes out of MMA and Finley comes out of boxing. Just with the stances, the hand position.
Lindsey feels like he's a much faster fighter. He's not showcasing it yet, but he definitely wants to use that in and out motion, land those punches and get out.
1-2 to the body for Derek Finley. Straight right hand from Lindsey. Threw it naked, now the jab.
And that's a move right there where you feel like you're the faster fighter. That lead right hand, very difficult to do if you're not the faster fighter.
Big swing, counter right hand lands flush by Jake Lindsey.
Beautiful counter right hand.
Again, re-counter the counters is what Jake Lindsey told us.
That's exactly what he did right there. Waited for his opponent to throw a punch and then he countered.
Roll under from Finley, he didn't throw. Reset center circle. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our feature fight at 165 pounds. Jab to the body from Derek Finley. Double jab from Finley, not getting through. Double jab again, not getting through.
Finley gets down so low in that boxing that you're going to think that Lindsey's going to have to utilize that uppercut to land that. That's going to be a key punch for him, I believe.
Stiff jab from Jake Lindsey. Slow walk down from Lindsey, right to the body from Finley. 15 seconds remaining, round 1. Into the clinch again. Finley told us he has been working on the clinch.
Stop for me, gentlemen.
This is a strong part of Lindsey's game. There is the bell, the end of round 1.
That clinch game might be a strong part of Lindsey's game, but you could just see how powerful Finley is in there. He's so much shorter. He's about 5 inches shorter in the same way. You can just see how powerful he is inside.
Yeah, well, you definitely have his timing, okay? So we're proving easily that he can't hit you. And he's fighting right at your range. Just keep him right there. Yes, yes. And he also, every time he backs up, he's floating his chin. So if you come with something, touch him, and then watch out because he's going to counter with something loopy. What we talking about? You guys timing down. You've proven that he can't hit you. Now let's prove that we can hit him, okay?
Go ahead.
Yes, put your hands on him, okay?
He got that round. I need you to come behind him, jabs. No, he got that round.
Ice.
Just relax, breathe.
You can see here Lindsey wins on all 3 judges.
Move your feet.
Brandon Boss Hog Johnson in the corner of Derek Finley, and one of my favorite people in the world, Joe Wilk, Strike Force veteran, my broadcast partner with the late great Victory FC in the corner of Jake Lindsey. You shot your keys to victory earlier today with Joe Wilk.
Absolutely. Look at Lindsey's all excited. He's already way past the line.
Knuckle up.
Round 2.
And the main thing with Lindsey right now, he feels like he has the timing down of Finley.
See the duck under, the roll under for Derek Finley.
Derek Finley has a very good roll under. That's why I feel like Jake Lindsey can utilize that uppercut to land that punch. Really hurt his opponent.
Finley keeps jabbing to the body, now into the clinch. Half tie plum held by Jake Lindsey.
Clean break, stop for me. Knuckle up.
If you've never fought MMA, if you've never grappled, done jiu-jitsu, done judo, wrestled, it's so difficult to pick up the clinch. Credit to Derek Finley at age 37 for committing himself to the clinch. But again, it's just not that easy to learn. Good right hand by Jake Lindsey. Full tie plum now by Lindsey. Interesting, now to the overhooks.
Stop.
And I feel like that's a good tactic right there. You're just wearing your opponent out. Finley big, strong, but that muscle utilizes oxygen, and every time he makes him use more oxygen, that's going to wear him out more and more. Those arms get heavy.
Into the clinch. See the hard overhook by Jake Lindsey. Very subtle and effective, Chris.
Absolutely.
Hook to the body by Finley. 40 seconds remaining, round 2. Three-punch combination by Lindsey. Back to the jab. Jab right back from Derek Finley. Overhand right. Lindsey walks through it. Throws a right of his own. Another right hand by Jake Lindsey.
It's like Lindsey's throwing actually straighter punches than his opponent is right there. Finley's throwing these overhand rights. Lindsey's throwing straight rights.
Stop.
Lindsey, that was shades of Pride and Kazushi Sakuraba.
the double punch to the body? Absolutely.
5 people got that reference. Thanks to all 5 of you. Good left hand. Swing and a miss that time by Finley. Right hand on the counter by Lindsey just before the bell.
And that's a great job by Lindsey. He's waiting until Derek Finley throws and misses with the looping left hand, and then he jumps on his opponent because Finley's out of position when he does that.
You catch him pawing at your jab, he's over parrying, and then come with a 3, right? Like a 1-3-2. Like cut your angle on the 3-1. If he's pawing like that, 1, and cut your angle on the 3, and then catch him with the 2. Yeah. Like I said, he can't hit you. You've got that made, okay? So let's keep volume up. Keep volume up.
And there was what we were talking about. He saw the opening. He continued to come after Finley. Throws it a little bit late, and Finley acknowledges and apologizes.
But when he wrestles with you, just tie him up. Don't work so hard.
Interesting there. 2 of the judges gave Finley that round. So on the scorecards, we're tied to them. Look at that.
And again, if you're just joining us, we've been talking about this all night. In Kansas, for bare knuckle and all combat sports, regulated by the Kansas Athletic Commission, real-time scoring. Those are the actual Kansas judges' official scorecards. We get them on the broadcast. They get them in the corner to the seconds and to the fighters. Round number 3, Lindsey starting with the double jab. Big right hand by Jake Lindsey. Finley walking through that.
Once again, that is where Jake feels like he's a faster fighter. You can throw that naked right hand. He could do a couple jabs out there, but really just waiting to set up that right hand. Snuck it in there. Good job.
Finley to the body after the jab. Naked right hand again from Lindsey.
And that's the thing, being the faster fighter, you push the pace like this, you can always land the punch first.
Check left hook by Finley. Back into the clinch. See Lindsey on the overhook. Double overs now by Jake Lindsey. That draws the immediate break from Nick Behrens.
I think he feels like he's not going to be able to land anything significant. Why waste time? Let's just get back where I'm going to win.
That was tactical by Jake Lindsey. Double overs, knew that would draw the break from Behrens, and it did. He wanted out of the clinch.
Finley doing a good job of trying to work the body here.
Finley trying to initiate the clinch this time.
Clean separation.
Activity. Nick Behrens calls for clean separation. He gets it. Jab again. 45 seconds remaining, round 3. See that time on the 2. Lindsey, Chris, continuing to throw the 1, working that long jab. Straight right hand.
He throws that 1, but it's that 2 that lands well for him.
Another left hand. Finley suddenly playing a lot of defense. Good left hand. Hook to the body. Big shots to the body. Counter right hand to the body by Finley. Walk down pressure again from Jake Lindsey.
There's where he needs to throw that uppercut. I really like that. Good land, but he needs to continue to throw that uppercut.
There is the bell. Next stop, round 4.
Big round for Jake Lindsey right there. He did a lot of good things. Those clean right hands, definitely the difference.
Sit your ass down, baby. Hey.
You're doing a good. Okay, 1 scorecard got you winning. I'm sorry, got you losing. My bad. Hey, you're good. Listen to me.
More at the beginning of this round, but then once you start pouring it on, please. Start pouring it on, because we didn't come here to win a fucking decision.
I mean, you got to love that advice from Joe Wilson right there. Say, we didn't come here to win a decision. Well, something, that's what he said, something like that, but I mean.
Pretty close.
Yeah, paraphrasing, but basically they came here to get the knockout. And that's what he's telling us, his guy right there. You have to win by knockout.
No surprise, all three Kansas judges seeing it 10-9 Jake Lindsey in round number 3. So 30-27, 29-28, 29-28 as we start round number 4 in favor of Jake Lindsey.
And look where Lindsey started. Look where his foot is. He's putting it 1 foot away.
He opens round number 4 with this stiff jab.
I mean, most people think starting 3 feet away is crazy. Lindsey wants to start 1 foot away.
Lindsey, again, tactical into the S-grip on the body lock to get the separation. Lindsey, a little bit of lean, a little bit of weight before the separation.
Well, his corner's telling him to pour it on, and I think that's what he wants to do right here.
Running jab, and that lands. Something Finley likely has not seen a lot in his 63 pro boxing bouts.
Not very common in boxing, I don't think, Sean.
Double overs. Again, you see Lindsey, full tie plum, then double overs. Chris, this is really tactical.
He wants to make his opponent carry his weight, wear his arms out. Doesn't want to get hit by those big bombs. Slow him down just enough where he's faster than him. Just
Lindsey
like that. Look at those body
a big hook to the body with the left hand. Straight right hand by Jake Lindsey.
There's those double punches to the body you talked about earlier.
Clean.
And I just love that clean right hand that Lindsey's able to throw in there.
Uppercut to the body from Lindsey. Lindsey having another big round. Finley looking to counter to the body now off the jab. 40 seconds remaining in round 4. Another left hook to the body.
Just having his way with him right now.
Big shots. Uppercut to the body from the half tie plum by Jake Lindsey. Finley taking a lot of shots here in round 4.
And Lindsey's not letting him off the ropes. He's just mirroring his hips. Good job.
Lindsey right hands. More big right hands. One-way traffic at the moment in favor of Jake Lindsey. Finley is just not throwing back.
Very impressed with his ability to take these punches right here and not go down, though.
This is an MMA round. You might be scoring at 10-8, and that's the end of round 4 as we move to the 5th and final round.
That was a huge round right there for Jake Lindsey.
You're all right. You done?
And right here,
Because you won every goddamn round.
you can just see the work. Good punch to the body by Jake Lindsey. He's just picking his shots right now. Total control of that round. Good right hand, another good right hand. He's just seeing everything he wants and taking it.
This fight is over. Stopped in the corner. I don't know if Finley quit or his corner pulled the plug, but that is a win for Jake Lindsey. Officially 2 minutes of round number 4. Jake Lindsey now 2-0 at BKFC.
And you know, Sean, I think that was the right decision right there. I think as the last 2 rounds went, it was just getting more and more lopsided. There's no reason to continue to take damage.
See Nick Barron's into the corner. Seems to be by mutual consent, corner and fighter for Derek Finley. That is the end. Finley really took massive shots in round 4. Credit to Finley, he didn't go down because Lindsey was pummeling his body and head.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to London for BKFC 37 on Saturday, March 4th at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. In the main event, 2 stars collide as the 6-1 Brumtown bomber Connor Tierney knuckles up with the undefeated stateside sensation Jake the Librarian Lindsey, with an undercard featuring the country's top talent in 12 other bare knuckle fights. Be there live. For more info and tickets, visit bkfc.com.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
In the welterweight division, 165-pounders, Connor Tierney versus Joe Elmore.
And Sean, once again here, the only thing that really matters, a little bit of a height advantage, but the reach advantage isn't that much, only 2 inches. Connor Tierney's going to want to use that footwork, not necessarily his reach advantage, but he wants to make sure Joe Elmore cannot get close enough to touch him.
Back to the ring, and Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Introducing you first. Fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears red trimmed in black and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 165 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Dyersburg, Tennessee, USA. Here is Joe Hitman 187 Elmore. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears blue trimmed in yellow and gray. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, an even 164 pounds. His impressive bare knuckle record stands at 6 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Birmingham, England, here is Connor, the Brumtown Bomber, Tierney. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
The previously promised taunting of Connor Tierney by Joe Elmore has already begun. During Elmore's introduction, he gave Tierney the universal sign for "you're going to sleep."
Okay, gentlemen, hold the line. Ready? Knuckle up.
Round number 1. Moving back off of the scratch line is Connor Tierney. He's in the blue trunks, red trunks for Joe Elmore. Right to the body from Tierney. Feint to the body from Tierney. Overhand right from Elmore off the mark. Very measured, respectful start for both fighters. Elmore in a crouch. There's the left hand from Connor Tierney, didn't fully land. Step in right hand.
You can just see right there that footwork and that head move right there. It's already hard for Joe Elmore to land anything.
Connor Tierney throws a lot of naked right hands, meaning that he will throw the right without the jab, set it from the southpaw stance, now into the clinch. As I said when he fought Jeremiah Riggs this past March, to throw that many naked right hands, you're either really bad or really good. Connor Tierney is really good. Right hand right there from Tierney. 40 seconds to go, round 1.
You can just see right now, Joe Elmore, he's just stalking his opponent, waiting for the right time, waiting for his chance to unload that power.
Elmore just missed with that left hook. There's that naked right hand from Connor Tierney. Left hand now on the entry, half-time play. Both fighters going hard to each other's body. Big shots out to the head with the left hand from Joe Elmore. These are ferocious shots from Elmore, and Tierney firing back.
Clean. Oh, good job.
Great called and received from Dan Mergliata. Closing seconds, round number 1 of our co-main. We're in the welterweight division. Bouncing the step of Connor Tierney, center circle. That is the end of the first round.
Court then, you've got to drop out or come over the top.
Interesting round right there.
You've got to drawn into that then.
Not a lot of punches landed by either guy.
Got drawn into that then, you let him cut you up and you let him, you got drawn into it. Don't join that game. You're winning that, and then you got caught that clinch and you wait and you let him do it.
And both guys are kind of doing exactly what they want.
You come over the top and hold
Tierney
it.
staying outside, moving around. He wasn't able to land many punches right there against Elmore. Elmore still wasn't able to land many punches too, but he started to figure out a little bit there. I think he waited for Tierney to throw a punch, and then he came back with his own bomb.
Yeah, I know. Great. I want to perfect close to it. True to the body. driving. He does not want to engage. First thing you do, point your finger to the ground and put your hand out there. Come on, motherfucker.
A solid 2 to the body and let him run into your left hook. 10 seconds. 2 to the body. Let him run into that left hook up top. I'm telling you, it's there.
Not sure who was telling Joe Elmore that, but I thought it was fantastic advice. So that 2 to the body, then come back upstairs with that left hook.
Connor Tierney, hands high and tight off the scratch line. Elmore's hands loose and low off the scratch line as we start round number 2.
Elmore's trying to entice Tierney in to come inside to land that punch, and he's going to counter. And that's a great strategy if it works. You've got to be fast to do that.
Elmore feinted on the entry left hook. Here comes the taunting. Elmore sticking his tongue out at Tierney. Tierney does not have the personality to be bothered by such histrionics. Jab to the body from Joe Elmore. With that being said, Elmore will still try.
That's part of his game plan. He talked about it. He's got to try and get his opponent off his game plan.
See the stance of Elmore? Left hand. Bergliata just told Elmore, you've got to make him fist. It's not legal to throw fingers extended or open hand in this BKFC rule set. Jab to the body from Elmore. Overhand right, that was naked. Bouncing the step of Tierney. 50 seconds remaining round 2.
You can see there, not a lot of punches being landed or thrown by either guy so far on this fight. Surprise though, looks like Tierney's throwing less than Elmore.
Naked right hand, that lands. Right hand, right back, that lands from Elmore. Both fighters being very selective with their punches. There's a big right hand from Elmore. That turns out Tierney coming right back. Rear right uppercut from Tierney, that was slick. Resetting in the center circle. 1-1-2 from Elmore off the mark. Elmore, you see the playfulness again. Semi-clowning, now that's full clowning. Exactly what Elmore said he would do. And that is the end of the second round.
Elmore's going to have to figure out a way to land some punches against his opponent. He's trying to trap him. He's trying to move him against the fence, or the ropes, I should say.
Where is it? Was the ice pack? Good. I'm back with it.
Up next, it is our main event of the evening at 175 pounds. MVP Michael Venom Page versus Platinum Mike Perry. One of the most anticipated combat sports bouts of the year. Michael Venom Page, 20-2 in his hugely successful pro MMA career. Tonight, making his bare knuckle debut in his home city, London.
Keep to your game plan. Don't be drawn in.
Famed OVO Wembley Arena, a venue for the 1948 Summer Olympics in London. In the shadow of famed Wembley Stadium, the National Football Ground.
All right, total line.
I've been saying football a lot, did you notice?
All right, I'd like to see Elmore right now. He's going to have to push his opponent back and then unload the punches.
Round number 2. Beg your pardon, round number 3. Double jab, right hand. 1-1-2 from Tierney. Lead left hook, nothing there from Elmore. Elmore missing with that right hand. Trickle of blood out of Elmore's right nostril. Tierney continually circling.
Continue always looking for that pot shot. He can get in there when he wants to, a pot shot, leave. He's very happy to do that right now.
Elmore, all by design, sticking his chin forward, hands down. Now hands wide, blowing kisses to Connor Tierney.
Landed a good right hand there, but he's got to follow that with more punches right away.
There's the right hand. Combination on the inside. Tierney now coming forward. You hear the huge ovation. Tierney fading right hand, big right hand again. Elmore suddenly on his back foot. Elmore misses with those 3 punches. Tierney, you see eyes locked in on the head of Joe Elmore. Smear of blood on the head of Elmore. 35 seconds remaining in the 3rd round. With a two-punch combination to the body that lands. Overhand right.
Elmore tried to do the right thing there. He's got to step forward every time he throws those punches. If he's just standing flat-footed, Connor Tierney's nowhere to be found. You got to step forward when you throw those punches.
And here is that world-class movement from Connor Tierney as advertised. Closing seconds, round number 3. Elmore sticking out the jab. Next stop, round 4.
When your moment finally arrives, and all your hard work, dedication, and loyalty to your craft is clear for all to see, your results will speak for themselves. Because when you need the hardest hitting tools on the market, you reach for the brand that always knows how to throw down, each and every time. Unbelievable. Crescent Tools, trusted by the trades.
And right here, there was a good punch being landed by Elmore, but then off balance right now, and Tierney felt like, I got him hurt a little bit, I'm coming after him. Joe Elmore's got to block, defend, wait for Tierney, and then he's got to step forward and explode in, push his opponent backwards. That's what he has to do, is get him against the ropes if he can and continue to throw hard punches in. Tierney's so hard to deal with that elusive head movement there.
The start of round number 4. Talked about massive contrast between these two fighters. Elmore shakes his head no, takes that right hand. See the massive contrast on the two striking guards. High and tight for Tierney, intentionally low by Elmore. Again, he's trying to bait Tierney in. Elmore misses with that overhand left as he switched stances.
You just get the thought that Tierney sees those punches coming a mile away. He's just, eyes are so good right now.
Nothing on the right hand from Elmore. Two-punch combination from Tierney coming forward. 70 seconds remaining, round 4. There's that naked right once more from Connor Tierney. Tierney switches stances, eludes that right hand. Tierney does not stop circling, does not stop moving. And we're trying to explode forward into the pocket. Now 50 seconds to go in this 4th round. Good duck under from Joe Elmore.
And you can just see the frustration right now of Joe Elmore. He's doing everything he knows how to do, but he just can't find Tierney. He's just not there.
Elmore resetting, center of the ring, center circle.
And this is the time I'd like to see Elmore start throwing more body punches. The head's not going to be there. You have to work that body in this situation.
Tierney absolutely refusing to stand in the pocket and trade. That is not his game. See the back pedal from Tierney in the final seconds of round number 4. Tierney coming forward again, hands high and tight. Elmore lead left hook, counter right hand just before the bell as we move to the 5th and final round.
At this point, I feel like Joe Elmore knows he's down on points. He's going to have to do what he can to work that body, land some body shots. Try and maybe slow him down or hurt him to the body and then go upstairs. But you're not going to hit him upstairs. Joe actually was able to land a good left hand right there. Not quite enough right now, though. Joe extremely tough, extremely durable, extremely game fighter right now. He's just not able to fight Tierney. He needs to really work that body because that head's not going to be there.
Hey, 30 seconds out.
Both fighters, as you see, playing to the crowd. There's that mutual respect. Just heard the call from our colleague Brian Sosha. 5th and final round. jabs in the right hand, naked right to the body from Connor Tierney. Fast start to the 5th and final round.
And you can just see the confidence swelling right now in Tierney.
Bounce in the step of Elmore. Continual bounce in the circling from Tierney.
Sean, sometimes we see the fighters in the 5th round, they're tired. You just get the impression Tierney can do this for 5 more rounds.
Half-tie plunge snatched by Joe Elmore. Big separation from Dan Murgliata. Murgliata has let this fight flow, and indeed it has been flowing. Right hand again, there was a 2-1. The two got through, huge left hook on the check left hook from Connor Tierney. Now it's Tierney playing, sticking his chin out at Elmore. Stream of blood down the center of Elmore's face, cut between his brows. Elmore missing badly with that right hand, and it's Tierney playing to the crowd. 1-1-2 again from Connor Tierney. Duck under from Elmore.
You can just see Elmore starting to slow down right now. They're throwing these bombs the entire time, and it gets tiring on you. Last round strikes right now. Looks like Elmore landed 2 out of 16. Definitely fading right now. Only 12% of his punches landed there.
Tierney, the rolls, the duck unders, but caught with those uppercuts. Half-tie plumb snatched by Elmore. Big shots from Elmore on the inside counter right. Another right hand after the left from Connor Tierney. Left hook didn't fully get turned over by Elmore. Tierney again with the right hand, left hook. 1-1-2 from Tierney off the jab. The right hand into the clinch. Elmore to the body with the right hand. Murgliata calls for the break. That is the end of our co-main event. Quality from 2 world-class bare knuckle fighters.
Tierney's just going to be a problem for anybody. His movement, his head movement, his footwork. He throws offense when he needs to, doesn't need to throw it at all times, but man, he's just so hard to hit.
Joe Elmore kept moving. He just simply could not get Tierney to fight his fight. And Tierney fought his fight on the outside, continually moving and circling.
Here's a good exchange we have. Both these guys landed good punches. Almost simultaneous right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges at ringside have scored the fight 49-43, 50-46, 50-45, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Connor, the Brumtown Bomber, Tierney.
Sean, Connor Tierney is going to be a problem for anybody with that movement, that footwork. He's going to be tough.
All right, standing by here. Got the Brumtown Bomber. Step right over here, my man. Congratulations. That was a victory right there, man. You show a lot of respect to that guy. Obviously, we know the build-up. It looked like you guys hated each other, but you were also building up that fight. Talk about it, man. Joe Elmore, he came out there to fight with you tonight.
Mate, he's a tough guy and he hits hard. And I proved I've got a chin. Stop doubting me. I hit hard as well. Just because I'm skinny and I got a skinny neck, don't mean that I don't bang.
Well, I'll tell you, Connor, it was a masterclass out there, man. That was beautiful what you did. You put them together, put a lot of damage on Joe Elmore, and you got to be speaking to this division right now. That's 2 big wins at BKFC, undefeated in bare knuckle boxing. Got to know what's next, man. What are you looking for right now?
Firstly, I want to say a big thank you to my rock, my life, my partner in crime, Natalie Ross, my girlfriend, my kids, Brooke, Killian and Romilly, the Council of State, working class. I've done this for you. Louis Palomino, you're next.
He says Palomino's next. Guys, make some noise out there for the Brumtown Brawler, Connor Tierney.
Sean, he says Louis Palomino's next, and my God, that would be a fantastic fight.
Connor Tierney now 7-1 in bare knuckle, 2-0 in BKFC. Both wins in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship against high-level opponents. Jeremiah Riggs in March, and tonight versus Joe Elmore. Connor Tierney was on point. I'm mystified by the scores. Somehow we had 10-8s and 10-10s in there, but the judges all saw it for Connor Tierney. He was dominant, he was first class, he is victorious. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Connor Tierney defeats Joe Elmore.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, returns to London for BKFC 37 on Saturday, March 4th at Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. In the main event, two stars collide as the 6-1 Brumtown bomber Connor Tierney knuckles up with the undefeated stateside sensation Jake the Librarian Lindsey, with an undercard featuring the country's top talent in 12 other bare knuckle fights. Be there live. For more info and tickets, visit bkfc.com.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
Tonight's Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is back in the United Kingdom, coming to you live from London's Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. It's BKFC 37, and we will open with 3 preliminary bouts. This evening's co-main event, Rico Franco versus Darren Godfrey, set for the light heavyweight division. And our main event in the welterweight division, Connor Tierney versus Jake Lindsey. With Chris Lights Out Lytle, I'm Sean Wheelock. Chris, of course, it is the best value in all of combat sports. It is the BKFC app, just $7.99 a month, and it's how you watch our main card tonight live from London.
Sean, not only that, but you can watch every fight we've ever put on with this deal. You get fighter interviews, interaction. What a great deal. You're right.
It's our third time for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in the UK. This, of course, is the ancestral home of Bare Knuckle Fighting.
Not only the ancestral home, Sean, but of the rebirth. This is where the fighting came back. I can tell you my first fight, bare knuckle, was in London, and I can tell you they have a crowd there that's very energetic, very well educated, and they're going to be here cheering on their guys tonight.
Chris, our main event set at 165 pounds. These are truly 2 of the best fighters on the entire BKFC roster. Connor Tierney versus Jake Lindsey.
Absolutely. Connor Tierney, he's been nothing short of amazing, showing that he can get knocked down, get up, and still dominate the fight. Besides that, just showing great elusiveness, controlling the ring at all times. However, Jake Lindsey, he's been fantastic too, dominating his first couple opponents, showing that high level of just a great pedigree, being a UFC veteran coming in, controlling range, doing a great job. So this is a fight where both these guys are really thinking they're going to be in the title hunt, and tonight's going to really make that picture a little easier for us.
Our co-main event set at 185 pounds. Rico Franco, widely regarded as perhaps the best fighter in the sport of bare knuckle, not to a fight in BKFC. That changes tonight as he faces Darren Hendry.
Yeah, and like you said, probably the best fighter, people say, who hasn't fought in BKFC. He does have a knockout win over Connor Tierney, so that's unbelievable right now. Look forward to seeing him fight.
We are in London. It is Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Chris, again, it is always so special to be in the United Kingdom. We're seeing not just the American fighters, we're seeing the English fighters, we're seeing the Welsh fighters. This is truly a stacked card.
Absolutely. Like you talked about, this is where the sport had a rebirth. It came here. So they have a lot more history in the last few years than we do in the United States. So you can just tell when you watch a different style really lots of times, but very great fighters, a lot of elusiveness, hard to hit, just a lot of hit and don't get hit. They're very good about it.
Fighting bare knuckle in the UK is very special across all of sports, including bare knuckle fighting. It's special when it's England versus Wales. That's what we have in our feature bout of the evening. Terry Brazier versus David Round. Terry Brazier is an Englishman. David Round is a Welshman.
And a lot of people don't understand. They think it's all the same country. It is, but it isn't. There's different countries there in a way. So there's a lot of animosity there, and there's a lot of national pride, and there's a people who like it. It's a huge rivalry right there. So there's going to be more than just these two guys are fighting. There's bragging rights involved.
And these two fighters, they have a really strong relationship. It's a very friendly rivalry. They met in a K1 rules style kickboxing match, 2017. It was a split decision win for Terry Brazier. He felt he clearly won. David Round said, the way the judges were against me, a knockout would have earned me a draw on that night.
And, he might be accurate there. I've been there. I've seen that many times. You go in there, it's not even to the judges. It's a home crowd. When they start cheering no matter what, it affects the judges. So it's not necessarily nefarious. It's not the judges being evil. It's just the reality of the situation. They think that's what's going, and it's not necessarily how the fight plays out.
12 fights headed your way. It's BKFC 37 from Crystal Palace here in London. We open tonight with a bout in the middleweight division as Crescent Tools brings you the numbers for George Thorpe versus Jamie Hendry.
You can see here, Hendry does have a 3-inch reach advantage. Thorpe a few pounds heavier, shouldn't be that big of a deal. So Hendry's going to want to use that reach to keep Thorpe on the outside, making him walk into those punches.
Crystal Palace National Sports Center. This is an outstanding part of the beautiful city of London. Here's Selhurst Park, which is Crystal Palace of the English Premier League, the football club's main stadium. It's one of 4 national sports centers in England. 12 bouts on tap. Glad that you're with us, watching live worldwide. This is our preview. Again, at the top of the hour, our main card begins. You watch it on the BKFC app. Jamie Hendry, set to make his BKFC debut. 2 fights overall for Hendry in the sport of bare knuckle. And of course, Chris, there's a lot of bare knuckle fights in the United Kingdom have taken place outside promotionally at BKFC. It's bare knuckle, but they use a different rule set. That's something you fought in before you made your BKFC debut.
Absolutely, no clinching involved. If you get clinched up, they break it. Knockdowns, you get 20 seconds a lot of times. Very different style. You don't start 3 feet apart. You start way far apart. Just much different. It takes a minute to get used to this style, and so that can't play a factor in the debut for BKFC.
Well, where's the loser? You only set a fucking car, isn't it?
George Thorpe. This is his promotional BKFC debut, and indeed his debut in the sport of bare knuckles fighting.
Sean, that's always a question mark. You never know how someone's going to do it in their first time. Even people who are undefeated, though, throughout their career for a long time, they start off with their first debut. So you never know exactly how it's going to go. He could come in here and just look incredibly good, or he could come in here and just look like he doesn't belong. You never know until he steps through those ropes.
This and all bouts tonight are sanctioned by the ISKA, 3 judges scoring ringside on the 10-point loss system. Every bout scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. As we talk about, unlike many promotions that take place in the United Kingdom in the sport of bare knuckle, under the BKFC rule set, punching in the active clinch is allowed. Bout number 1 to get us started. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and welcome to the Crystal Palace National Sports Center here in London, England. And welcome one and all to BKFC 37. BKFC preview begins with 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Introducing you first, fighting out the red corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, an even 174 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of West Cliff, England, here is Jamie Hendry. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out the blue corner. Tonight he wears white and black. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 177.6 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Birmingham, England, there he is, gorgeous George charge of the action, Alan Jackson.
Both fighters now set to come to scratch. The scratch lines placed 3 feet apart. White and black trunks for George Thorpe. Black and gold trunks for Jamie Hendry. The bell, round number 1. Very tall stance for Thorpe. Overhand right on the crouch stance. The entry for Jamie Hendry. Walk down pressure immediately for Hendry.
You can just tell he's a little bit more experienced. He's coming right after his opponent.
Hendry lands the right hand, the left hand to the inside. Hendry again with the left hand, right hand. Counter right hand lands from George Thorpe. Big swings from both fighters. There's the right hand, overhand right from Hendry.
Guys are definitely going for the knockout. There's no feeling out process here. They're going for the win immediately, Sean.
Thorpe circling now on the outside. Straight line forward comes Jamie Hendry. Left hook, big right uppercut lands from Hendry.
Hendry with those overhand rights. Those are powerful when they land. Just like that.
Thorpe staying on his back foot. Mouthpiece out. No histrionics. Well done from Jamie Hendry, putting his own mouthpiece right back in. Short shovel uppercut from Thorpe with the right hand. Rapid fire start to BKFC 37 here in London. George Thorpe versus Jamie Hendry, 175-pounders, both making their respective BKFC debut. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. You see the big entry overhand rights from Hendry.
And Hendry just keeps throwing that overhand right. I'd like to see Thorpe blocking with that and come back with his left hook right after he blocked. Put that hand up, come back with something.
The right hand from the jab from Hendry after a very good long jab from Thorpe. Big overhand right, that lands flush.
It just keeps happening. You have to deal with that. You know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to keep throwing that overhand right because he's found a home for it.
Thorpe looking to counter, moving backwards, moving laterally, staying on the outside. See Thorpe cut outside of his right brow, significant swelling in George Thorpe's right eye. Into the clinch, that guillotine position, draws the break from referee Alan Jackson. Final seconds, round number 1. There is the bell. Next stop, round 2.
And the weird thing about that, Sean, is it's Thorpe's right eye, and he's been hit with that overhand repeatedly on the left eye.
Where's he meant to go? Right, he's already fucking going. Stop getting fucking hit and see shots. When you stand up, you first to fucking get.
Right, you can see those overhand rights being landed. Oh, there was that left hook that probably did the cutting of the eye right there, swelled up. That was one of the few left hands anybody earned it. It was that overhand right that landed time and time again. That's where I was saying Thorpe has got to see that coming. Either start leaning back and coming back with his own punch, blocking with the left hand and following with his own left hook. But you know that overhand right is coming because he continued to land.
Scan the QR code on your screen. That will gain you access to our main card, which begins top of the hour from here at Crystal Palace in London. You can watch it live worldwide on the BKFC app. Round number 2.
See if that first round was something to get Thorpe's feet wet and he looks more comfortable, more confident this round.
Jab off of Thorpe, trying to establish that from the outside. Thorpe took some very big shots from Jamie Hendry, especially from Hendry's overhand right in round 1. With the jab, there's the duck under from George Thorpe.
That jab would be a good weapon to stop that overhand right.
Much more active jab for George Thorpe to start round number 2 than we saw from him in round 1. 25 now remaining in round 2.
Hopefully that's what the corner of Thorpe was trying to use that jab, make the opponent pay every time he tries to get close.
Right hook on the turn and the exit from Thorpe. Hendry still walking forward off the jab. Hendry again with the jab. Looking for the entry, can't land the right hand.
You can see, look at the mouth right now. If Hendry hit, his mouth is open, mouthpiece coming out. He can't do that. Thorpe hits him in the right place. That mouthpiece is going to go knocking out, flying out.
Smear of blood on the face of Jamie Hendry. Big right hand lands from Thorpe.
You can tell Hendry's slowing down a little bit now. Getting a little tired. Those overhand rights take a lot of energy out of you. When they land great, but when they miss, man, it makes you tired. I like to equate it to a baseball pitcher. You only have so many fastballs you can throw, Sean.
30 seconds remaining, round number 2. Gonna miss again from Jamie Hendry's overhand right. The counter right hand, and flat on his back goes Jamie Hendry. Taking the mandatory 8 count from Alan Jackson. Massive momentum swing here in round 2.
Let's see if Thorpe tries to go for the finish right now.
Final seconds, round number 2. There is the bell. We move to round 3.
And that was a great job when Thorpe got that knockdown. Waiting for his opponent to punch. He was out of position, and then he countered. Threw a punch. Opponent was still out of position. Threw another punch. Put him down. There's that feint and then a jab. Really doing a lot of good work right there. And there's that, what I talk about, threw a few punches, got his opponent out of position just a little bit. Hendry was just not seeing that punch, turned his head just a little bit, and that's all it took.
Earn a $50 bonus bet on tonight's card from London with your first deposit of $5 or more on DraftKings Sportsbook. Scan the QR code and enter the code BKFC37 to play now. George Thorpe knocking down Jamie Hendry with that right hand in round number 2. Thus far, the lone knockdown of this fight. We go to round 3. Hendry again opens up with the big overhand right. Right back with the jab. Hook not there. Hendry throwing wider and wider. Thorpe just like that on the jab. Chris throwing straighter and straighter as this fight progresses. Straight right hand from George Thorpe.
And as the fighters get more tired, you can just see Thorpe being nice and clean and straight. Hendry just starting to loop his punches even more.
Still stalking pressure from Hendry. But you're not seeing the volume in that forward pressure from Hendry that we saw from him in round 1.
Well, he's looking for the opportunity to throw that overhand right, but he's not getting it right now. Thorpe moving more, throwing a lot more counters.
Naked right hand, turning his back is Jamie Hendry, and we might be done. Alan Jackson talking to Hendry, we are done! And the win for George Thorpe in his BKFC debut.
Great comeback. Not necessarily a comeback, but started off a little rough with Thorpe right there. He was getting hit with a lot of overhand rights, looked a little outmatched for a second, but that was his first fight in here. It's just different. And after he calmed down a little bit, got his feet underneath him, he looked fantastic.
As in professional boxing, in bare knuckle fighting, when a standing fighter turns his or her back to their respective opponent, it's essentially physical surrender. It's almost a body language submission, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, and that's what we saw from Jamie Hendry at the end of this fight.
Exactly. This barrage of punches right there, you can just see how sharp Thorpe is starting to look. You can just see his opponent getting tired. And that punch right there, when he turns around like that, I'm surprised they didn't just wave it off right there. He said, "Are you ready to go?" And he said, "Nope, no mas." That was it. Never a good sign when you turn around and walk away from the fight.
Big round number 1 for Jamie Hendry. Forward pressure mirroring the hips of George Thorpe, and he was landing, especially with that overhand right. George Thorpe, though, finding his way into this fight, starting in round number 2, establishing the jab, establishing the straight punches, dropping Hendry in round 2, and finishing Jamie Hendry in round number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Alan Jackson, steps in and calls us up for this fight. And 54 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by TKO, gorgeous George Thorpe.
And Sean, now that Thorpe has had his first fight in bare knuckle, he understands it a little bit more. You can expect some great things from this guy. He showed a lot out there in the second and third round.
26 years old, the fighter from Birmingham, England, George Thorpe. Successful in not just his promotional BKFC debut, but his debut in their great sport of bare knuckle fighting, not without adversity. But Thorpe is victorious. The winner by way of third round TKO. George Thorpe defeats Jamie Hendry. Solving the distance, solving the range, staying on the outside, straight punches, the right hand. Hendry turning his back. Essentially physical surrender. Our opening bout of the evening. George Thorpe victorious over Jamie Hendry by way of third round TKO.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
I'm the best of the best in bare knuckle.
I really just want to throw hands. Anybody that I get a contract for, I feel like I can beat. I've been in plenty of dogfights. I've been in plenty of wars. This is no different.
I'm going to be putting that aggressiveness on him and put the fight in front of him.
I'm not a person that shies away from an opponent, no matter what they've done in their career.
March 17. Make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be fireworks.
Crescent Tools brings you the numbers for this bout at 185 pounds. Jimmy Millar versus Kyle Cassidy.
You see here, Sean, everything very even for these two guys. Only thing really different, Cassidy does have a 4-centimeter larger fist. We'll see if that plays a factor. More surface area to land on his opponent's face.
Draped in the flag of his native Scotland, there is Kyle Cassidy. This is Cassidy's promotional BKFC debut. He is 2-0 in the sport of bare knuckle. Cassidy is also a veteran of 4 professional MMA bouts.
And there's that bare knuckle experience. It isn't quite the same like you talked about. This isn't BKFC's debut, however, having bare knuckle is going to be a little bit of a factor in there. It is a little bit different, but just getting hit with that bare knuckle sometimes can make all the difference in the world. He has that experience, and that can be helpful in this fight.
In the opening of our broadcast, we talked about our feature fight later this evening at 185 pounds, England versus Wales, Brazier versus David Round. That's always special in fighting and in sports. So too is England versus Scotland. That's what we have in this bout at 185 pounds. Kyle Cassidy is Scottish. Here comes the Englishman, Jimmy Millar.
for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division, presented to you by Knockout Gummies. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and yellow. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 184.2 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle record at 2-0, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Bathgate, Scotland, here is Kyle Canvas Cassidy. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears tartan trimmed in blue. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 182.4 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 20 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Bournemouth, Dorset, England, here is Jimmy Justice Millar. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Batcheldor.
Referee Chris Batcheldor sending both fighters to the respective corners as the ring is cleared. Now Batcheldor will call both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1, switch of stances, rapid fire start for Jimmy Millar in the blue trunks. Down goes Kyle Cassidy, the Scot in the black trunks.
And Millar jumped all over him right away. Not giving his opponent any respect right now. He looks like he doesn't respect his power. He's not worried about it.
Millar from the southpaw stance. Big swings to the inside. There's a counter right hand from the orthodox stance for Kyle Cassidy with his back against the ropes. Cassidy trying to find his timing. He does on that rear right uppercut. Again, big right uppercut for Cassidy. Fighting in small spaces with his back against the ropes is Kyle Cassidy.
And that's exactly what he needs to be doing. Throw those uppercuts right now every time Millar comes in with his head down.
Big left hand, right hand. Millar continuing to come in looking for the entry. Shots again as this forward pressure continues from Millar. Cassidy landing, now Cassidy stepping forward. Left hand, right back from Jimmy Millar. Back and forth we go here in round number 1.
Millar's kind of getting the worst of this right now. I'd like to see him start clinching and try and wear his opponent down a little bit.
Cassidy, you see, bleeding from his mouth. Lands that right hand. High tight striking guard for Millar. Right to the body, left hook to the head from Cassidy. Now Cassidy pushing Millar backwards. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1. Big right hand, left hand from Kyle Cassidy.
Great accuracy by Cassidy. He's doing a good job of just waiting for the right time and throwing great counters right now.
Blood across the face now of Jimmy Millar. Both fighters bleeding here in round number 1. Uppercuts from the half-tie plum of Kyle Cassidy. Great start for Jimmy Millar. Kyle Cassidy now has seized full control here in round number 1.
Beautiful body shot right there by Cassidy. And both guys have been headhunting so far, but I'd like to see some body work being done by Cassidy.
Here's the right hand, left hand, the bell. That's the end of round 1. And Chris, as you think about our 3 judges scoring ringside assigned by the ISKA tonight, is this possibly a 10-9 round for Jimmy Millar? He gets the knockdown, but then Cassidy comes back so strong.
Because it was right away. It didn't even, when you watch it right there, it didn't look like a clean knockdown. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but both guys did a lot of good work there. Millar did a lot of forward pressure the first half of the round. Pushes the opponent back against the ropes and landed some good shots. But, man, Cassidy started countering beautifully. Landing good uppercuts to the body. Look, both guys are kind of a bloody mess right now, Sean.
Millar knocked down Cassidy. It's definitely his round. With the 3 ISKA judges here in London have to ask themselves, did Cassidy then do enough to earn back a point, making it a 10-9 as opposed to a 10-8 round in favor of Millar?
Very possible.
With fighters up to scratch, round number 2. It's more muted start off of the scratch line here in the second round for Millar than we saw from him in round 1. And he switched stances, exploded in, and dropped Kyle Cassidy. Links to the inside. Now Cassidy coming forward. Good counter left hook from Millar. Left hook right back from Kyle Cassidy. Right hand from Jimmy Millar. Both fighters throwing, both fighters landing. Great left hand from Cassidy.
Once again, I think Millar would like to get in there and grab the tie plum and just kind of push his opponent around, be heavy on him.
Switch of stances right back. Double jabs from southpaw and then the switch to orthodox for Millar. To the head, counter right hand from Millar on the exit. Right hand on the entry from Cassidy. 1:10 remaining round 2 of this very entertaining light heavyweight fight.
When Millar decides to move his head and duck, he's doing much better. If he just stands in front of his opponent, he takes way too many shots.
There's the left hand, significant swelling now in Jimmy Millar's left eye. Into the clinch, right hand from Cassidy. Swelling on the outside of Cassidy's right eye. Stiff jab, straight 1-2 from Cassidy. Good left hand on the entry from Millar. Millar keeping that very high, tight striking guard. Resetting in the center circle, right hand from Kyle Cassidy. See that massive mouse that has formed under Millar's left eye.
I mean, the percentage of landing for these two guys is phenomenal. These guys are landing a lot of shots on each other.
Cassidy is bleeding under his left eye. Left hand right to the body from Kyle Cassidy. Millar forward again. Good left hand from Jimmy Millar. This is an outstanding fight. We move to round 3.
I mean, what a round there. I bet they had a 90% land rate. Both guys were landing about everything that they look at the faces right now. Here's a little bit of that action. We can just see how great right hand right there by Cassidy. But Millar continues to fire the entire time. You're not seeing any one-sided exchanges in this fight. Nobody's blocking and waiting. They're just both throwing the entire time. That's why it's such an entertaining fight for us to watch. Very few clinching, just standing and trading the entire time.
Seconds out cold. Here comes round number 3.
I'd like to see Cassidy start trying to go to the body a little bit more. When he does it, it's very effective. Millar needs to continue to apply that pressure. Move the head more. He's standing right in front of his opponent and getting hit too much.
Going to have a medical timeout called by referee Chris Batcheldor. See, Millar has been sent to the neutral corner. It's that massive mouse under Cassidy's left eye.
I'm not sure if you can see out of that. Can't see, it's over.
Cassidy told the ringside physician he could not see out of his left eye. That is the end of this fight. Hard fought, well fought from both men, and well earned in victory for Jimmy Millar.
I mean, look at 2 rounds, and both these guys' face is a mess.
Position stoppage, TKO. Officially 2 minutes of round number 2 is round number 3 did not start. Time called just before the start of round number 3. That medical timeout called by referee Chris Batcheldor.
And the referee had no choice. As soon as Cassidy said he couldn't see, you know that fight is over.
That was one of the most entertaining 4-minute fights in the history of BKFC.
I want to see the punch percentage. It had to be about a 90% rate of landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, our ringside doctor steps in and calls a stop to this fight at the conclusion of round number 2. For your winner by TKO, Jimmy Justice Millar.
And Millar showed a lot of tenacity, coming forward the entire time, not getting deterred at all when he would get hit. Just a lot of forward pressure. Looked fantastic, Sean.
Opening stages of the fight. A switch of stances off of scratch for Jimmy Millar. Into the pocket, dropping Kyle Cassidy. Then Cassidy having an outstanding second half of round number 1. An extremely competitive round number 2. And then the physician stoppage. Very entertaining from Jimmy Millar, the Englishman, and the Scot Kyle Cassidy, both in this, their BKFC debut. The winner, by way of second-round TKO due to physician stoppage, Jimmy Millar defeats Kyle Cassidy. BKFC 37, coming to you live from London, is presented by Nerd Focus, OnlyFans, and by Crescent Tools.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
To the lightweight division we go. Crescent Tools brings you our tale of the tape for Ryan Carmichael versus Will Cairns.
And Sean, you can see here everything very similar with these two guys. Inch difference in height, inch difference in reach, very similar. Would be a great fight.
Our final BKFC 37 prelim on our worldwide free view from London. At the top of the hour, just over 20 minutes from now, our main card begins. Scan that QR code. Go online to BKFC.com. You can watch live worldwide on the BKFC app. This is bout number 2 in BKFC for Will Cairns. Overall, he's had 8 fights in the sport of bare knuckle, 46 in his pro MMA career, and after that, 5 in pro boxing.
And Sean, that is a lot of experience, which, like we talked about earlier, that means he's probably not going to be nervous coming out. He's going to be relaxed. He'll probably be able to come out here and put on his best performance. A lot of people, especially early in their career, the lights, the environment, the atmosphere, you get overwhelmed and you kind of freeze up. Shouldn't happen right here. Been in this fight business long enough.
You see the look of intensity from Ryan Carmichael, set to make his BKFC and indeed his pro combat sports debut with this bout.
We said that earlier, Sean. Sometimes a big question mark with the debut. You don't know what they've been doing in the past, what kind of training they've been doing. Like you saw earlier with Thorpe. Thorpe looked fantastic in his debut. I would expect nothing less from Carmichael. Matchmakers are doing a good job of doing their due diligence and putting on a good fight so far, so I think we're going to have exactly the same thing.
Final check. Ryan Carmichael, the outside referee for this bout, Chris Ashford.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears blue and black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 158.2 pounds. He is a bare knuckle fighting veteran of 8 fights. Fighting out of Stockport, Manchester, England, here is Will Cairns. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 154.6 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Corby, Northamptonshire, England, here is Ryan Carmichael. And our referee in charge of the action, Alan Jackson.
So the final words of instruction from Ryan Carmichael's corner. Both fighters up to scratch, round number 1. Black trunks for Carmichael, dark blue trunks for Cairns. Ideally, Will Cairns on his back foot. There's the entry from Ryan Carmichael right back out to the center circle. Switch of stances for Will Cairns. Very measured start for the Pro Combat Sports debuter Ryan Carmichael. Staying on the outside, staying long. Cairns showing the patience as well. Double jab not there. Backing Cairns off his striking line.
A lot of times in people's debut, Sean, they go out there and just start winging punches. Carmichael looks very well prepared for this.
Double jab from Ryan Carmichael. Cairns trying to reset. Now Will Cairns with the entry overhand right. Well eluded by Carmichael. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Left hand, right hand, big flurry to the inside. Cairns did well with that high, tight striking guard.
Good job of blocking right there. Carmichael needs to work the body as soon as he sees Cairns like that with his hands right up there by his face.
Cairns with the right hand, now the left into the clinch. Big separation from referee Alan Jackson, right back to it. Cairns just misses with that right hand. Well, Cairns now trying to turn up the temperature here, closing stages of round number 1. Carmichael trying to stay outside, trying to stay long off of the 1.
He's got a very good double jab. Really can control the range very well from Carmichael.
That double jab backs up Will Cairns. The reset, Cairns now to the inside, and down goes Will Cairns.
Couldn't tell if that was just a little body shot on the inside or hit him upstairs.
There is the bell. That is the end of round number 1.
And Cairns landed a little punch right there. You could tell Carmichael got him right in the eye. A little cut underneath the eye now. It looks like this is good. There's that double jab right there that Carmichael's doing so well. Uses that to control the range. Good control right there. Carmichael once again. Still can't tell. Was that a body shot? Oh, I'm not sure. Carmichael's like he can't see.
Only Fans brings you our exclusive look of our main event fighters. You will see it tonight to conclude this stacked BKFC 37 card from London in the welterweight division. Connor Tierney from Birmingham, England versus that man, the fighter from Manhattan, Kansas in the United States, Jake Lindsey.
And Carmichael better tell these guys he can see if he wants this fight to go on, and then he can just jump all over his opponent right away, go for the knockout immediately.
Medical timeout called by referee Alan Jackson before we start round number 2.
It's underneath the eye, which is a good thing.
Assessment of Ryan Carmichael. After Carmichael presumably, we say presumably, recorded the 10-8 for dropping Cairns in round number 1.
Sure? Happy? Cool.
You think this is going to put a sense of urgency right there, and the Carmichael go for this finish right away.
Clearance from our ringside physician of Ryan Carmichael. Round number 2 underway.
Carmichael's staying relaxed now. He's not pushing the pace right now. He's just waiting for his opening, waiting for the right time.
Cairns eluding that double jab. Cairns switching back into the southpaw stance for the entry. The separation again from referee Alan Jackson. 35 remaining round 2.
And you can see right now, Cairns has a great idea. He wants to work that cut. He wants to throw as many left hands as he can. If he can open up that cut, open up the eye a little bit more.
Counter on the right hand, on the turn to the body with the right hand goes Ryan Carmichael.
And that's what Carmichael needs to do, work the body in there.
Carmichael again staying long, misses with the naked right hand.
If Carmichael could throw that jab or throw anything towards the face, get his opponent blocking, go downstairs, I think he can get in the fight.
Good 2 off of the long jab from Carmichael.
But he's got to be careful. He keeps getting hit with that left hand.
Duck under from Cairns. Cairns continuing to try to come into the inside, work the clinch. Sporting touch of hands. Accidental eye poke. Carmichael of Cairns. Cairns did not seem bothered at all. We fight on. Good sportsmanship from both fighters. Now 35 seconds remaining, round number 2 of this lightweight bout.
Cairns just waiting for the right time to explode in with that left hand. There it is again.
And again with the left hand. There's the turn. Good left hand. Big right to the body from Carmichael. For his pro combat sports debut, Chris, 29-year-old Ryan Carmichael showing a lot of patience.
And a lot of poise, dealing with some adversity right now, being cut open, having problems seeing with that right eye, I should say.
Duck under from Will Cairns. Final seconds, round number 2. There is the bell. Next stop, round 3.
They're going to go to work on the eye, trying to make sure he can see. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes, and then it starts getting a little bit better. I don't see a lot of swelling, so that's not going to be a problem here. There's a good work being done. See, that inside fight we talked about by Carmichael, worked the body well there. Darren's hanging tough in there, though. He's doing a great job of going for that cut. He throws a lot of left hands. See, just another one. Just a nice little sneaky left hand in there. Feels like if he can hit it enough in that spot, might make the doctor stop it, or it might just make Carmichael not want to be in there anymore. A lot of people do not do well when they get cut open. And if that's the case, this is probably not the right sport for him.
I think that's extremely well said. That's an extremely accurate assessment, Chris. Round number 3, slightly premature start. Alan Jackson putting both fighters back up to scratch. Round number 3 now fully underway. Jab from Will Cairns. Carmichael has been at his best in this fight, working off the double jab, exploding to the inside, then back out, explodes to the inside, and that is knockdown number 2.
Cairns is not even making an attempt to get up there.
Cairns stays down in his pro combat sports debut and bare knuckle fighting championship debut. Ryan Carmichael claims victory.
And that shot must have hurt a little bit more than it looked like, because Cairns just sat there and watched the count. Looked like he could have got up, but sometimes it's worse than it looks from our point of view, Sean.
You say what you want, mate.
Will Cairns, you see, he was alert. He was looking at the count of referee Alan Jackson, but he made no attempt to get off of the canvas.
Looks like he's pointing to his arm right now. Maybe. He did put a very good fight there. Cairns, he landed a lot of good shots there. Had Carmichael in a little bit of danger. I thought they might stop that at one point. I mean, the cut doesn't look bad at all, to be honest with you, but they took a long, hard look at that right eye.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Alan Jackson, reaches the count of 10 at 35 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Ryan Carmichael.
Sean, very impressed with Carmichael's ability to stay relaxed, deal with adversity, being cut in his first fight, keep the distance. He looked very good. Not like a guy in their debut. He looked like somebody in their 4th or 5th fight.
Success in his BKFC debut for Ryan Carmichael. Dropping Will Cairns in round number 1, and then knocking out Will Cairns in round number 3. The winner, by way of 3rd round KO, Ryan Carmichael defeats Will Cairns.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for $7.99 a month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month.
I'm the best of the best in bare knuckle.
I really just want to throw hands. Anybody that I get a contract for, I feel like I can beat. I've been in plenty of dogfights. I've been in plenty of wars. This is no different.
I'm going to be putting that aggressiveness on him and put the fight in front of him.
I'm not a person that shies away from an opponent, no matter what they've done in their career.
March 17th. Make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be fireworks.
Let's go!
Make sure to get your Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship merch at bareknuckleshop.com with a huge selection of sizes and styles for everyone. Knuckle up at bareknuckleshop.com.